And we are following the latest on South Africa's election, where the country's ruling political party appears to be heading toward a victory. Early results indicate the African National Congress, also known as the ANC, will likely win. However, voter turnout and support for the ANC has dropped since the last election in 2014. South Africa's current president, Cyril Ramaphosa, is looking to tighten his grip on power. He's vowed to fight corruption and strengthen the economy. So for more on this election, we want to bring in CBS News correspondent Debora Patta. She is joining me now from Johannesburg. So, Debora, what do we know so far? What's the latest on the election results? What are things looking like?
Well, with over 85% of the vote now counted since Wednesday's ballot, as you mentioned, the African National Congress, the party of Nelson Mandela, is maintaining that lead. But the interesting thing was the voter turnout. The ANC 5 years ago got 62% of the vote. This time it looks like they're heading to 57% of the vote, still enough to win the election and to give Cyril Ramaphosa the mandate to rid this country of corruption, which he's promised to do. But the drop in that percentage is significant, because it means that what is happening, that either people are not turning up to vote or giving their vote elsewhere. And the big winner in this election was the more left-wing Economic Freedom Front. A lot of the populists within the ANC have moved to the EFF. So that voter turnout must be very worrying for the ANC, because it means that this electorate is disillusioned with the state of democracy. This is a country, you'll recall, in 1999, when they first voted in the first all-race election here, where queues snaked around voting booths, where nearly 90% of the population turned out to vote. So that is a very disappointing result for the ANC, even though they will win this election.
So it looks like, at least now, they will eke out some sort of a win. But, you know, and you mentioned the promise to fight corruption. I'm not sure, but I bet you that's not a new promise. And in fact, corruption continues to be a problem within the party. Also, the economy continues to be deeply unequal. However, the ANC is the party of Nelson Mandela. Is that helping them in terms of maybe maintaining a certain amount of loyalty among voters?
That's a good question. I mean, the point is, why do you continue to vote for a party when there is rampant unemployment, when there is corruption, and when you have such an unequal society? The World Bank called South Africa one of the most unequal societies in the world. And it's exactly that. It's loyalty. Remember, this was the party of Nelson Mandela that liberated this country. 25 years ago, South Africans voted to execute apartheid, and that is still with them. The wounds run very deeply, as well as the fact that for many people, there aren't really many other choices. As one voter put it very succinctly, better the devil you know than the one you don't. And in this country where there is such inequality, the real story actually lies in the fact that there was low voter turnout, but even worse, of the potential new voters, young people coming up. 10 million South Africans did not even bother to register to vote. And I think that is really the story of this country, mainly young people. And if you consider unemployment sits at around 26%, that's the official figure, it's probably higher. Of that, youth unemployment is around 40% in this country. And it is young people who are apathetic and saying, what is the point of voting? Nothing has changed in this country. And that is going to be the ANC's biggest task. And Cyril Ramaphosa has, his job cut out for him, getting rid of corruption and growing this economy.
Yeah, those are certainly two big ones. Debora, thank you so much.